Well, we're finally back in the studio for Covering the Bases. Coach Travis Freed joins us here. Coach, it seems like forever. I was talking to Chandler, technical guy in the back, and if not for rainouts or different things or scheduled games on Wednesdays, it seems like all the makeup games were on Wednesdays, and we haven't been in the studio in a long time, but we've been able to fill the time. But it's good to have you back in the studio.
It's good to be back. It has. I think it's been almost over a month. It feels like, hasn't it?
It seems like it because you've had so many different postponements and that you've had to move to Wednesday night. So, I mean, and then.
Well, the PAL series was the second week of the year, and we pushed that to Wednesday the first time, and then the next week we played Clinton, I think. I mean, it just kept getting pushed back for, I think it's been a month.
Yeah. Well, let's introduce our special guests here while we have an opportunity. You've probably seen these guys before. I interviewed them during football season. That is Lane and Hayden Malcody. Hayden's on the left, Lane's on the right. Welcome, guys. Senior year. I was telling you when we were waiting for the show to start that this is it. It's getting close to the end of your careers. Not only baseball players, obviously football season came to a close, but it's been a fun ride so far, I guess, for you guys on the baseball team. What's been the best part of it for you guys?
I think the best part of it has been watching this program change, and just because I was here when my brother played and they were just awful, and the way Coach Free has just flipped the program and just improved it.
Yeah, I'll agree. Winning games is fun. I hate losing. Like when we know we're the best team when we step on the field almost every day. It's great to feel that. And just the team in general. I've never been on a team. It's just like the bond that our team has, honestly. I don't think there's a teammate on our team that doesn't like another. I think we all just have a great bond.
Well, guys, we'll come back to you here in a bit throughout the course of the next hour or so. Let me talk to Coach a little bit about the last few ball games. And Chandler, I know we've got some highlights. You don't have to go. We'll just talk over them. But starting back with this first game. I guess this was the
that's at Hunter Wright. Yeah.
Right, Hunter Wright. The first. I think this is the Greenville game.
Greenville, yeah.
Yeah,
Greenville.
I don't think we had the Sevier County, but you went up there. It rained constantly, and one of the reasons you told me that you like going to tournaments such as this is it brings out the good competition, and I'll let you talk about this tournament.
Yeah, well, for sure. Well, multiple things that we've tried to do. Obviously, as our program continues to evolve, like Hayden and Lane just talked about, we also have to be able to travel on the road. We have to go play good teams. And this in Kingsport, those people that know, or there's Warren hits his third home run of the year. But you have to travel up to Dobbins-Bennett, Science Hill. You have to go up to those places and match up in those sub-state games. So as we continue to evolve, at some point we're going to have to, and I keep saying that we're going to have to go up and play in one of these environments on a Friday night and be ready to go. A Friday, Saturday, that's what I challenge our team. This is going to simulate the sub-state. As we go now, it's now a best of 3 series. So you have to stay the night. You have to play a Friday, play a Saturday game. So that's why I chose this tournament, to go up there and be able to simulate in nice fields. I mean, you see that this is a brand new turf complex, beautiful stadiums where the Kingsport Mets used to play. But we're playing Greenville here, which is a top 10 team in the state, AAA, and it was a great matchup for us, and we really played really good on offense. You see that we scored 6 runs in this inning, and we started hitting balls in the gap for sure.
Coach, you mentioned Warren's power. I was actually just really looking where we were situated last night, the Halls game. I could see basically just how, I say this respectfully, small he is.
Yeah.
And he's only a freshman. Where does that power come from, Coach?
Well, he's twitchy. I mean, you watch him run, he's extremely fast. He's got great barrel speed. His lower body, it's hard to tell in his baseball uniform because I can't get pants small enough, I guess, for him. But his legs are really built and really strong. Like they're really, he's got a great lower half. And so that is that for sure is where he gets a lot of his power for sure. Fast twitch muscles. Everything he does is quick.
Okay. Now you don't have to comment on this, but I just wanted to show this.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen that yet?
I haven't seen the highlight, no.
No. And I slowed it down once again. And he was called out, by the way, on this play.
It really changed the momentum of the game right here.
It did.
And then if everybody that doesn't know, it's 3-3 right now. Right there, missed by 3 feet, called him out, and then we ended up losing it in extras. So, and then here we've got This is Hall's first game of Hall's.
Yes.
Really played well this week. I mean, that's what I told our team. I mean, I really felt like we played our best baseball of the year here. How good does the field look, by the way? This is maybe as good as we've had it looking. That's what a lot of people talked about, how good it looked. I would say, too, that this is about the best I've seen it in a while.
I would have to agree with that. Just, in this game, you jumped on them early, kind of had to hold on, then got some insurance runs at the end. And, and here's a big blow right here. And I was asking you after the game, this ball just kept on going. I was shocked when it got out, and it went up the tree.
It was a third of the tree. Yeah,
right.
It was a third of the way up the tree, way up there. Yeah, so that was a big hit for him. He's got great power. Good to see him finally get his first one on the board. But you're right. In this game, we took a 5-1 lead, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
We took a 5-1 lead here in the first. And then it kind of got a little interesting. A couple plays here and there. Mikey got a little tired at the end, couldn't get him out. Walked a couple guys, and then one hit. Next thing you know, it's 6-4. I think it was 6-4. But as Lane keeps saying, that what's got him so excited right now is we have been, he likes to say, punched in the mouth, and then we've responded every single time lately. Every single time. Lane keeps talking about, like, they punched us in the mouth right there. They got it to 6-4, and then we came in and we put up 2 more runs just without even blinking. And then same thing last night as we're in that series. I'm sure we'll have some highlights of it last night. We were up 4-0. They responded and got 1 on the board. We came in and got 7 on the board. So it's just each time we responded we needed. And this was started that inning that we responded. Kai got a good backside double to get us another insurance run, and I think we add another one. If I'm not mistaken, I think Alex executes a perfect bunt again. Man, that part of his game has got so good. So good. It has added a layer and it's added to our offense. It's made us a little bit different the way that we can play. Parker, his second RBI of the game. Parker played well this week so far. I think him and Mikey have really played really, really well. I think Mikey was 5 for 5 in the Hall series. I think Parker was 4 for 7 or something like that in the Hall series. So that was big for us in the production at the top that they were able to do that. Cy, how good was he this night here? Look at this play. This is an incredible play. And people that don't know, Caden Black's been hurt since we've been on there. And so we've had to, find our way in some defensive rotations that we normally haven't had to. And Alex has filled in that void at second, and he made 2 big-time plays right there.
Yeah, I asked him about that because he hadn't ever played middle infield in a varsity game. He told me after the ball game, and that's why he turned that double play.
Yeah.
There. So I mean, that's no
Great.
easy if you're not used to doing it.
It was, yeah. It was a. But one thing that people don't really understand that aren't around our team, he's the first one to the field every single day, and he's been taking reps for these moments for a month straight. I mean, he really has been coming for 4 straight weeks. He comes to early work, and then Coach Maddox meets him every day early, and they start taking fungo. And now that here's Mikey's 5th hit in a row of the series, but now now that Caden is out, Alex has been filling that void a lot more often. So they're just continuing to work, and it's starting to pay off. And Alex, once again, in typical fashion, just execution at its finest. Baseball 101. Sacrifice bunt, drag bunt, and execute a sac fly to center. Great job for him. Camden
Welch is the pitcher, not right there, obviously, but I mentioned to you last night that I thought, at least in the games that I'd seen, it was the best I think I'd seen him pitch all year.
Ever. Yeah, it's the best ever. He set some PRs last night. He broke into he always flirts with that 85 number, but this time he was 86 plus last night, and that's the first time he's ever done that. But in typical, Cam, I've watched him for a long time. As the weather continues to get warm and the season continues to progress, he just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And as Hayden and Lane will tell you over here, he was not happy with me taking him out of the game last night. He was not happy.
Before that was a really nice play. I think they were starting to get a little momentum, and Kai made a nice play at third.
Yeah, beautiful play at third base. Yeah.
Unfortunately, when we do these ball games, it's tough. You got this netting in front of you, and with one camera, you got poles and stuff, so you can't really get the grasp of what you would grasp of what you'd see in a major league game when you're watching it on TV. But
Well, we started to take over right here. We started to execute. They were worried about throwing to Mikey. He was 5 for 5, and they were so consumed with not allowing a hit to Mikey that they threw 2 balls to the backstop, which then I think the score at that point was 4-1. Now it's 6-1, and now here comes just constant hits. Now we just keep getting hits over and over and over, and we poured on 7 in a row. I went into the dugout. Cy had a big week too. I should probably brag on him. I mean, he had a home run, and then he just hit a double in the gap, and then he had another double tonight. There's Warren with a nice base hit, which is big for him.
Because he had struggled in the first game in the leadoff position, but he just seems to flush it. One game later, he's playing well.
Warren's played a lot of baseball. He'll figure it out. That's me finding the spot that fits him best in the lineup, and I'm trying to work my way through that for him because he has power numbers. He does some things that are good. He runs the bases great, so trying to find ways to mix him in there and get him in the right spot to make him feel comfortable and give us consistent production week in and week out.
So you won both of the Halls games here. You have one more district game to go. I believe you can finish second.
Yep.
And I mean, could you, if you lose to Powell on Monday, would you fall third, or where would that be?
We would have to fall to third because it'd be against Powell. We'd have the same record, but where they would have swept us. Yeah, it wouldn't go head to head. So we win, we're second. They win, they're second.
And Powell losing both games to Central gave Central the title.
Yeah, they won. Yeah, they would have had a split, or Powell would have had to sweep for us to be able to tie them or go back because they only lost one game in the district. They're 9-1.
So one thing that the guys were telling me earlier when we came in that I didn't know, the pitcher that we faced last night evidently pitched really well against Powell.
Threw a no-hitter against Powell.
Yeah, that's what they were telling me. And y'all were just hitting them all over the place.
Yeah, I think we had 15 or 16 hits last night. But we're just starting to find our way. That's why I keep telling our team, like, it's not about how we were playing early. It's how we're going to play late. And we're kind of built for that at the end. We're kind of ready for it at the end. I mean, I was trying to go back and do some research today. I mean, my starting lineup has been, we've played like 22 games. I've had like 16 different lineups and rotations. We've really played about 12 or 13 guys on a consistent basis, which I've never done here. So we're built for the end. We're built to get ready for the future, and we're built to sustain for a couple years here in a row. Because you look at our guys, we're still youthful in a lot of spots.
Let me go to the guys here real quick. Before I really got a chance to watch the team play, I remember we had our first show at the Pizza Inn, and all these young new faces were walking up and introducing themselves, and we, that was the first really time that I'd really put a face with a name. You guys are seniors on this team. And I asked Izzy about this the other night, and Izzy had a really good answer, I thought, about dealing and being around the young guys and what as seniors you can do to help them be better players, better people, and better teammates. Talk about what it's been like for you guys to not deal with, that's the wrong way to put it, to play with, to be teammates with these young guys.
I just try to be the best leader I can. For some of the younger guys, if I just see them walking by, just try to talk to them whenever. Because in past experiences, when I've been on football or baseball, the older guys, it seems like they're a different team than me. And I know how, like, somebody talking to me like that I look up to and they look up to, talking to them and being nice to them can affect that. And I just want to be the best leader I can for this team.
Yeah, I think just treating them like everybody else. Like I treat, I treat Warren just like I treat anybody, like I treat Izzy. They're all teammates to me. I don't really care if they're JV or varsity. I think that's the biggest thing right now is like we broke that stretch where like we don't care about how old you are or really how good you are. It's like I think everybody on the team is just like cool with each other. And like I love all the young kids. They're great. They're cool. There's no one that's like punks, dude. Like I talk to them in the hallways. They're funny. It's awesome.
Coach, and I'll let you do the talking on this one, but and I don't think these guys would mind me kind of phrasing it this way, but one thing that you said to me when we were at Pizza Inn about these two guys, you guys, you don't see the field much. No, you don't. But you know what? Every time I see you, you're smiling, you're helping, you're doing the things that good teammates do. How, Coach, before I talk to them about that, I want you to talk about them.
You're going to make me start crying. I mean it serious. I'll never have a group. I don't know. This team is different. Like, it's different, but a lot of it, we're different because of them. And because they hold the standard that it's not about, and on my lineup card single day I write, it's not about me. And and that's really and that's a testament to them, that it's not about them. It's not about, it's not about Cade and Black. It's not about Mikey. It's not about Cheeto. It's not about them. It's about all of us together. And they're right. And when somebody starts to get out of line about the standard, that they become selfish or they're worried about their personal agenda, they're the first to meet them and say, we're not about that, and we don't do that. And so, I mean it that I don't, and we've got more there, but they've started to build that it's more than the playing time. I mean, if you ask them, this is one of the most important things in their life. Like, they care about us winning over everything. And so that, to me, means we're doing the right things, and I'm trying to do it the right way, and I'm trying to teach them that their role is just as important as Caden Black's. It's just as important as Mikey's, that somebody has to hold us to the standard, and if it's them, like whatever it is. But I don't know. That's why I think we're built so different, is I don't know that, and maybe we will, but I don't know that I'll ever have two guys that hold the standard as high as they do and don't care about their personal agenda.
You mentioned, guys, your brother Bryce when he played, and the teams were average.
Low average.
I'm trying to be nice.
Very bad.
I'm going to say they were average. We have a different way of phrasing it. But you're all a part of this, I guess, and as the program it gets better and better and better. What improvements, you were just little guys when he was playing, what improvements have you seen since you've been here compared to them when that team was average?
All right, so first thing, we actually we practice. Like when they practice, they just started showing up. They didn't actually start practicing in the winter and actually taking it serious. And whenever he was playing, he'd have 9 people hitting, right? 8 of the people could hit. And then the 9th person didn't know how to play baseball. Did not know how to play baseball, so it was just automatic out. Every time, automatic out. So it's that's just a big change. And then I seen big change in our facilities. That was great. Just the work and the fundraising we done. They didn't really do fundraising back whenever he was they did a little bit, but they didn't do as much here. And just everybody that helps out on our field and stuff. That's big.
Well, let me ask you. Let me go to you guys personally. Obviously, you've gotten some playing time, mop-up roles in different ball games. When you're on the bench, how do you stay focused into the game?
How could you not? It's
the
your team.
Game.
It's your team. It's your hometown team. How could you not?
Yeah. So when you do get in, when your number is called or your name is called, you're just as excited to get in there to play, obviously. But it doesn't seem to really phase you guys. Like Coach is saying here, I agree with you, Coach. They're different. Mm-hmm. They're a different sort. Yeah. And they're kind of, I guess it's their personalities, makeups, and they're both the same. Obviously, they're twins, unless you couldn't tell that. But I just want you to talk about your roles as you see it. Coach said what he thinks your role is. Well, I want you to tell me what you think your roles are.
Well, I see my role as, first off, I might sit the bench, but I'm not a bad baseball player. I can play a lot of places, teams we play.
A lot of places.
And I know that our lineup's stacked. That's why I don't care about winning. I see myself as a person, if we need to play, they need me anywhere, I'm going to be there. And if at the time comes, if they need me in the state championship, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be able to play. And also see myself as one of the leaders on the team, look out for the younger guys, just be there for everybody.
Yeah, and same, I personally really don't like catching, but if Kyron and Parker go down, I'm ready, and I think I'm just as capable to catch as almost any other catcher like out there. Like we have 2 talented catchers. They're both like incredibly great, but like a lot of people don't know like that. The depth that we have is just incredible. And then another role that I try to help out with the younger kids too, like just hold them accountable, try to keep them from being lazy. That's just one of the biggest things. Like even the people in front of me, like I see Kyron and Parker being lazy, I'll call them out on it. See him doing it wrong, I'll call him out. It doesn't matter.
What about Caden?
I'll call Caden.
Oh, I'll call Caden.
Call him out. He don't like it. I'll call him out.
I got a story. We were in the parking lot, right?
So true.
We were in the parking lot, right? Coach Free was on us. Everybody else was doing slow, and then Caden, he half did a rep, and I said, "Come on, Caden," with some other words. And I cussed him out, and then he just threw the ball. He just chucked the ball all the way over the fence into Strain. So mad. It takes a lot. A lot of people won't do that, but I will. I don't care.
Yeah.
Coach, can these guys be coaches at some point later on in their life?
Oh, yeah, I've already offered them a lifetime contract. They'll be with me forever. And I am challenging Hayden and both of them. Like, I want them both around, but, like, they love lifting weights. So, like, strength coaches, things like that. There's value for that here in our community. Like, these guys they love Oak Ridge sports like you do, David. I mean, they've been through it. They've seen it. But there's nothing more they want than to be a part of a win or two, just to be around. And they'll be around forever. And I tell them they come see me every day at lunch. And if they don't, I'm like, well, what's going on? But so they'll be doing that for a long time now.
Let's talk about just sibling rivalries as twins. I mean, obviously you play different positions on the field. Do you have any rivalries there, baseball rivalries?
Not really at all. I mean, I was kind of mad. Like, Coach Free would never let me pitch. I am the 5th reliever, though.
So, Coach, let me ask you, why won't you let him pitch? He obviously wants to pitch.
They tell me politics.
It's politics.
That's why I'm not on the lineup.
I'm checking the roster every day, and I'm still not there.
Oh, man, it's so cracking me up.
Can he pitch?
No.
No, that's not true.
You haven't seen us.
That's not true. You ain't even seen me pitch.
Well, what are your strengths as a pitcher?
As a pitcher, I got a pretty good curveball. I got a
Pretty good curveball.
I'm probably sitting around 72.
Coach, have you ever seen this curveball?
Yes. And I've seen him pitch.
I'm the 5th reliever.
Is he the 5th reliever?
The 5th reliever.
Yeah, ask Coach Ball. I'm the 5th reliever.
Even with Richie and Caden and all those guys?
He's the 5th reliever.
So we get to 5 pitchers. I'm going in.
Are you going to hold him to that?
I'm holding Coach Ball to that.
Okay. Well, let me ask you about your strengths, too.
Talk about it. We can hit the ball pretty good.
Oh, we can hit.
We can hit it.
We don't play, but we can hit it.
We can hit it.
We can hit it.
Yeah, I've seen you actually hit before, so I'm not going to ask him that one. But I never have seen you pitch before.
No, I don't. He never let me pitch.
I mean, I've never seen you even throwing, like at practice or anything. You're always,
2 years ago, he worked on it.
No, I never pitched.
It's me.
He just told me he could. He could.
Did you ever pitch in a JV game or anything like that?
No,
I
he
did.
did. I didn't, because I was never. I always had to catch.
Coach, these guys, I mean, they're baseball guys.
They are, man.
Oh yeah.
They are.
In fact, I was debating whether I was going to throw the trivia thing we did to John and Kyron a month or so ago to see how much of baseball fans they are. I actually know the answer to this question, but do you all like baseball? I mean, do you watch baseball other than play it?
Love watching baseball.
Your favorite team is?
Braves.
Yeah, I knew that already,
Yeah.
so I knew that. But
Another reason why I love them so much.
yeah, they at least actually watch the game.
Yeah, that's what I like to watch.
Well, let's talk about this team. Coach, I'll ask you a couple of things while I'm talking to them. We're getting down to it. You've got maybe one full week of games left.
Yeah.
Next week, you play Bearden tomorrow. And then I'm trying to think of the schedule. You've got like Hardin Valley or
Powell, Monday. Hardin Valley, Tuesday.
And then Coalfield.
Then we've got East Hamilton back-to-back on Wednesday and Thursday.
Are you still playing Coalfield?
And then we're playing Coalfield on Friday.
So that's a very packed schedule.
Yeah,
right there to close
okay
it
with
out.
us.
Has it gone by quickly for you guys?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, of course it's gone by quickly, but I think it's been pretty longer than other season. I think.
I mean, it just excuse me. It just seems like you all just started the other day.
Yeah,
baseball.
I
I guess mid-March, maybe the first week of March, and then here we are, about mid-April. So baseball goes by quick.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
does.
but you pack a lot of ball games.
You play every single night, so it
Unlike
feels
some
like
people.
it goes quick because it's every day.
Coach, I'll ask you this question, and I know the answer, and I know what they're going to say, but would you rather be practicing or playing?
Playing.
Oh, that's a little different answer from
Playing.
baseball's a little different story from basketball and football, though. You ask a football coach or a basketball coach, they'll say, practice. I love practice. I love practice.
God.
We love to practice early, but when you're in a rhythm like we are offensively, I want to keep playing. Like we need to keep it rolling.
Why are you rolling right now?
Well, I mean, we're just starting to find our way on offense. We're starting to play good on offense. I mean, if you look at multiple games in a row, out of in the last 7 games, 5 or 6 of them we've hit as good as we ever have. We keep barreling balls up. I mean, we're hitting multiple doubles in games. Last night we got 16 hits. Like, we just need to keep playing. We're finding our way, and when at the end of the year, when it gets into late April, we want the games to keep coming because that's when you need to be playing your best. So we need to just keep getting on the field each time. But we also need a rest. I mean, we need a little down because we have played the hardest schedule I've ever played here at Oak Ridge for sure. I mean, it seems like we've played every top 10 team in the area. We were talking about this in the van the other night. We got beat by Green Hill, Tennessee, down in Gulf Shores. Well, last time we looked, they were 17-3 and only lost 1 time since they left the Gulf Shores.
Look at Gibbs's record.
Gibbs is like 19-1.
Right.
You named Greenville was the number 3 team in the state.
Defending state champions.
Powell was in the top 10 in the state. We got Hardin Valley on the schedule. Maryville is having an incredible year. We got Bearden. We played everybody that I could possibly schedule, put us in multiple tournaments that I haven't done since I've been here. I mean, over and over, we played top 10 team after top 10 team after top 10 team. So we're going to be built for the end. And we'll have to go back and look now, but we've played like 24 games, maybe 24 games. And in 24 games, 11 of the 24 have been decided by 1 run. So, you're built for the stress of the season. You're built for the stress of a game. You're built for adverse times. And, we've got a story to tell, and we've been through some things, Caden going down, but we still, ever since Caden went down, we've kind of found a way to keep winning a little bit, releasing. We've found ways to win. So it excites me to see what happens at the end of the year. So hopefully we stay together like they talk about. Just keep staying together, and we'll find a way.
Coach, when you were rolling off the teams, the one team that did not show up, and that was Farragut. And we used to play Farragut every year. Is that I look at their schedule; they're going out of state all the time.
Well, I talked to Buckner. I talked to him today actually, and I talked about trying to get him on the schedule this year, and he's like, I don't really have any dates. They don't play any. I mean, they went to Cary, North Carolina. They went to Hoover, Alabama. They went to Florida. They're leaving this weekend and going to Nashville. I mean, it's like, so what days do you have when you're on the road all the time playing in those? And, this is kind of his farewell tour, so I guess he's going to go play all the teams and all the places that he enjoyed over his career. So, good for them. So maybe we'll get him back on the schedule on a regular basis.
Guys, let me come back to you. Last year, the team went to the region tournament. You played Hardin Valley and Farragut, and where did those guys end up? In the state championship ball game. You play in the toughest region. What's it going to take for this team to maybe get over that hump? I know you got the district first. I know you have goals, high goals, and we'll talk about that in a second. But what's it going to take for this team to get over that hump?
We're going to have to hit.
Just play at our potential. We play at our potential. I think the only team that has a chance is Farragut. I don't know. I think at our potential, I don't think we can be stopped. Like, I think the one game we played like fully was Bearden, and I don't even think, and we're way better than we were at Bearden. Like I don't think there's a team that can beat us on the bases. I don't think there's a team that can hit like us. Like, I know you got Farragut with all those D1 recruits and stuff, but like our teams, like if we really click, there's just unmatched. Like, we have the speed on the bases. Our defense is just locked down. It's just like it's all the parts are just perfect for a baseball team if you really put it on paper.
One thing I've noticed about this team in particular, as opposed to other, and I've seen a ton of Oak Ridge baseball teams over the years, many coaches, the pitching. depth of your team is probably the greatest that I've ever seen. We've had years in the past where we've had maybe a stud, one, sometimes two. It seems like, Coach, and I'll talk to all three of you about this. This might be the deepest pitching staff I've ever seen at Oak Ridge High School. I mean, and that's what it takes to win state level ball. You've got to have multiple pitchers. If you have one guy, you're not going to do it.
Yeah. Well, and one of our key contributors in our bridge guy has been Tri Sharp at torn PCL, and he's back off the mound today. So, like those things. But you're all right. And I told everybody at the beginning of the year, we have right-handed starters, we have left-handed starters, we have right-handed relievers, we have left-handed relievers, we have sidearm relievers, we have everything that you need to have a great staff. Like you have everything, every piece, every type of pitcher that's out there. You have Cy that throws a big left-handed breaking ball, but you have Peyton who's also left-handed, but he just frustrates you with the craftiness that he has. And then you have then you have Mikey that's going to try to, hard fastball with a 12-6 hard breaking ball. Then you got Cheeto to piggyback off that at the next night that's 85 to 87 that just cuts the ball as a lefty all over the place, and so it runs everywhere. I mean, it really is you're right. It is one of the best it's the best I've had here for sure, but it is, one of the best I've ever been a part of, just to watch how they can kind of fill up the zone and and I still don't think we've really hit our stride yet. Like, I really don't think that we've hit it full force. Alex is starting to pitch it great. All those things we just are continuing to try to piece together. And I think that the best pitching is still ahead of us. I mean, you just look at Mikey and Cheeto and Alex, the last three starters, the last three games we played, all three of which their velocity's going up and their breaking pitches are getting better and better.
You catch them, all of them, and as a catcher, I mean, their tendencies and those kind of things. Even though you're the bullpen guy, but them. They all have different kind of stuff, and they all bring different things to the table. It must be fun to be a catcher catching.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's fun. I personally don't like. I don't know why I did it. I'd rather be in the field, but I think it's cool, I guess. It's fun. Okay, it's fun when you're in the game and they throw strikes. Like you're locked in a game. Like if you got your pitcher and they're locked in, and you're locked in, it's like a rhythm. It's like that's fun. That's the fun part about it.
You play a little first base, but you're loaded at first base.
Yep.
Too. So I mean, it's hard to break this lineup. It is. What is your strength as a player? You're personally.
Personally, I like to think I'm a good hitter. I mean, whenever I go BP, I might not play, but whenever you see the varsity guys and me hitting, the batting practice is looking the same. I'm hitting the ball out there. Not getting as many swings as not as warmed up, but I'm putting it out there. And I feel like me defensively this year, I've gotten very good. I'm just patient, can pick the ball a little bit better now. Just know how to do it.
Both of you guys are football guys. Coach Gaddis is going to walk in this door in the next 10 minutes. He is, actually. And what would he say about you guys?
I think Coach Gaddis likes us a lot.
He does.
I would think he would say the Melcotes, he can't get us to do anything.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to say.
He would say that.
When he walks in the door, even if we're on the air, I am going to ask him, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. He's going to walk in the door in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask him. Coach, we need to take a break here. I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about the upcoming schedule. I'm going to talk to them, ask them. I've asked them all these questions that I've asked before, but I might ask them again a few.
Ask them the trivia questions. See what they can do. See what they can do.
Hey, Chandler, you want to do that? We won't even take a break here. I have good advertisers. They'll be okay with it. Let's see if I still have it. Yes, I do.
There it is.
Okay, guys. Okay, I'm going to ask you these questions, and I know you both are baseball guys, but these go all the way back to the 20s, all the way up to the modern
That's
day.
rough. That's back in the day.
Okay, I'm going to read them.
Come on, man.
And then I'm going to let you answer them. And
Kyron
then,
got all of them but one.
yeah, he did.
Oh,
Okay.
In 1927, this player hit 60 home runs. His first name was George, and his middle name was Herman. What was his last name?
60 home runs. What was his what?
What was his last name?
This was the hardest
George
I
Herman.
George Herman.
I don't know George. I don't know
Well,
George.
that
I'm
plays-
wondering if that's Babe Ruth
You are exactly
because
right.
there's only like they didn't. Yeah.
There you
There
go.
he is, Babe
right.
Ruth. Yeah, everyone knew him as the Babe.
Oh, that makes sense.
And ain't nobody hitting 60 home runs. Like,
Right,
they
yeah,
gonna
that,
hit
that
sticks.
didn't happen except for the cheaters later on. I mean, that's the only time. Okay, next one. This Hall of Fame first baseman played in 2,130 consecutive games before being sidelined in 1939 by a disease
Oh,
that has been
Lou
associated
Gehrig.
with
Lou
his
Gehrig.
name. Lou Gehrig,
Gehrig.
correct. There he is. All right, they're doing okay
Yep.
so far. In 1947, I'm doing this 20s, 30s, okay. 1947, this person was the first African-American baseball player to play in the major leagues. Who was he, and who did he play for?
Jackie Robinson, and that was the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Correct? Coach, we're rolling.
Lane's on it.
Yeah.
I knew that one.
Okay.
I actually-
There's Jackie, and it was just the other day was Jackie Robinson Day. When everyone in the major leagues wear the same number. Okay, this person won a World Series with the Braves in 1957, and it would eventually become the all-time leading home run.
That
Hank
would be
Aaron.
Hank Aaron.
Yep, and there he is, the hammer. Okay, this major league player debuted in the 1960s and played 27 years in the major leagues, striking out over 5,000 batters
Ooh,
and
nice.
throwing 7 no-hitters.
1960s. All right.
All the way, he played for 27 years,
So
He-
it would
he
have
was
been
in
the
his high
60s, the
40s when he
70s,
played.
and the 80s.
and he was still throwing high 90s at age 48.
I have a name, but I don't know if it's right. I don't think that was in the 90s.
You want us to put the picture up and see if you want
Yeah,
to
put
see?
Yeah,
the picture
yeah.
up. I get it. I'll get it.
Oh, that's
Oh, what's it? Nolan Ryan.
Correct.
Nolan Ryan.
Good job. Yeah, he was still
That was
throwing.
him in his late 40s right there.
Yeah, he was still throwing in the 90s when he was 48 years old. Absolutely crazy. Okay, this player is the all-time hit leader in Major League history, and he played on back-to-back World Series championship teams in the 1970s.
Back to
All-time
back.
hit leader.
Hit leader. Hit leader.
Hit leader all time. This is going to be in the 3,000s.
A little
There's
bit
only-
more. He's over 4,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Back to back World Series.
Did he know? Can you tell him who they played for? Cincinnati.
He played for
Pete
the
Rose.
Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
That was my
Pete
first
Rose.
guess.
Can't talk about him.
Okay, let me ask you: should he be in the Hall of Fame or should?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pete Rose should be in the Hall of
Yes,
Fame.
he should.
Okay, we'll go with that.
4,000 hits.
And he's not in the Hall of Fame.
ridiculous.
Gambling ain't making you get 4,000 hits.
No.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, if I was trying to get a hit, I go.
If I was getting 4,000 hits, I'm gambling on myself.
yeah.
I'm going 3 for 4 tonight, aren't we?
He was also a player manager too, which doesn't happen very often too.
No.
He did that. He was a player manager at the same time. Okay. This Atlanta Brave won back-to-back MVP awards, and this is the hardest one. This is the one that they didn't get. But this was my personal hero. This Atlanta Brave won back-to-back MVP awards in the National League in the 1980s.
Oh, 80s. Okay, so.
It ain't Jones.
80s.
Jones is too new.
No.
Oh, no.
80s.
Neither of the Joneses.
This is a forgotten player, but he
Problem
was
is he's back before all of us. Like,
You know Dad was talking
My dad's probably talked about him. He be saying some crazy names, dude.
this guy's
this
a
ain't
stud.
crazy name. His name. If you've been to any Braves game,
His
stuff's
number's
everywhere.
retired at the stadium.
Number 3.
You want to see the picture?
Let's
Yeah.
see a picture.
Picture?
Nobody knows.
I know, which is
That's a
interesting.
while ago, though. You gotta understand. That was
Yeah,
a
they're-
while.
Hey, but we
This is
got all
true.
these-
He still comes to Braves games, and he still has a restaurant right up the street.
Wait,
from the-
wait. Say it again. Wait. Nah, I don't think I got it.
His name is Dale Murphy.
Oh, I've heard of him.
You've heard the name?
Yeah.
I've heard Dale Murphy before.
We're gonna have to do some. I'm gonna try to. Well, anyway, he was over at Hardin Valley last year.
Was it Del Murphy?
Yeah,
I thought that
2
was
years
Pete
ago.
Rose.
2 years ago, he did a speaking engagement in Hardin Valley. He won the MVP award twice, 2 years in a row, which doesn't happen very often. Okay, that was a tough one.
The Braves are not very good then.
No,
And
they
won
weren't.
the
He was the
MVP,
only
which
guy.
is crazy.
It was him and they hope for rain and the other. Anyway, in 2000, in this Atlanta Brave won a World Series title in 1995. Who is he?
this Atlanta Braves.
He's won an MVP award. He's won a batting title.
Oh.
He's in the
You just
he's
said
in
it
the,
earlier.
he's in the Hall of
Jones?
Fame. Chipper Jones. There he is.
Which Jones?
Okay.
They are more.
I'm going to phrase it the way I wrote it here. In 2007, what year were you guys born?
2005.
Okay, so you were alive.
Yeah.
In 2007, this cheating giant hit his 756 career home run to break Hank Aaron's home run record. Who is
Barry
he?
Bonds.
That would be Barry Bonds.
That would be Barry Bonds. There he is.
Should
He's
be in
a
the Hall
cheater.
of Fame.
Man, he crushed it.
He's a cheater.
But it's
Steroids
ain't
don't helping you hit
the
a baseball. It ain't helping you hit a baseball.
He
He did it too many times to hit it on the sweet spot of the bat for.
That's right.
If you hit on the sweet spot, it's going.
He could. It doesn't matter for how.
You should have seen him when he was a Pirate when he weighed about 100.
I see, he's skinny.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Next question. This California Angel won the MVP award in 2014, 2016, 2019. Who is he?
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout. Okay.
Did you see the ball he hit the other day? Did y'all see that on the highlights? At the Marlins Stadium, he hit it over that center field thing, all the way over it.
Easy.
Crazy.
Last question. Who won the 2021 World Series?
Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves, of course.
Jorge Soler. Set that thing up.
You all need to go eat at Murph's restaurant. It's
Yeah.
right up from the stadium, Dale Murphy's restaurant. MVP award. He started as a catcher, believe it or not, and was like an all-star catcher. Because they wanted to extend his career, they moved him to center field, and he was an all-star center fielder. That doesn't happen much, does it?
No, it does not.
If you can
Not
play,
for
you can
catcher
play.
to
You
center.
play catcher, you play anything.
That's the truth.
Hey, Chandler, let's take a break here. We'll come back and talk baseball with Malcody brothers and Coach Travis Free. We'll be back in a moment.
Everything we do is in search of more go. If it can withstand 0 degrees, can it go negative 20? If it can run through 5 inches of water per hour, can it go to 6? We go. So it goes. So you can go. It's hard to stop a train.
Fox Insurance Group is a local agency. We've got a great staff. We're knowledgeable. The most rewarding thing about working in insurance is taking care of customers. When they come in, a lot of times they don't know what coverages they need. They're relying on us to give them the right coverage that's going to fit their needs, but also at a competitive price. Anybody can go to any agent or they can call any 1-800 number. But getting that right agent that's going to take care of them and be there in time of need, and that's what we're here to do.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop. Because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
Train extreme conditions testing. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable heating and cooling.
I want to tell an Atlanta Braves joke here. This is from the time when Dale Murphy, and like in the 70s when they were bad, they won the division in 69, they won the division in 82. But other than those years, they were terrible. And the old days, the old joke was you call the ticket office, the Atlanta Braves, and you say, the guy says, what time are the Braves playing? And the ticket guy says, what time can you be here? No, that was an old Atlanta Braves joke. So you don't remember the Braves being bad in your whole life.
I do.
They were
bad.
they were not as good.
When
we'll say. They
Chipper
never
was
lost
old
a-
and Freddie was young,
Yes.
they,
Yeah,
was,
when
they,
Dansby's
were not
first year.
good.
Yeah, right. So guys, your favorite memory so far in your career?
On the team,
Yes.
one of my favorite memories is, well, playing Beard and going there. First big game of the year and just dominating. Just every time they came back, we just did something else. Like when Warren hit that home run, that was one of the most hype moments ever had.
I'd say beating Pal, and stopping the rain on this district, because for a while there was nobody really else competing within the district, and they were just beating up on everybody, and finally we defeated them, and they have nothing on us, and I don't think they'll have nothing on us ever again, or while he's here.
Coach, 2 questions to you. Your favorite memory this season and your favorite memory with these 2 guys.
My favorite memory this season is just really it's about how we're growing as a group. Like it excites me to show up at practice, just how, because when we started, I mean, it's touch and go for a little bit. Like we just were having some hard times. We had a lot of young kids. We were trying to learn how to play together. We were trying to learn how that baseball is made, that it's more about the inside the locker room than it is the outside on the field. So those it's proud to watch me in the way that they speak. I mean, you ask any one of our kids, even Mikey, and when I come listen to them talk on the radio, I'm so proud of how they're maturing and to say, hey, it's about my teammates and those things. So that is my number one. Like that's what I'm going to remember more than anything this year. But my favorite memory with these 2 is just, I mean, like I wish that we could watch the Cy Stevens home run video. And if I turn around after I get excited, I turn around, and the first one to give me a high five is Hayden Malcody, standing right there at the coach's box with me to celebrate. So that is what I love about both. No matter what, they're the first 2 out there to give me a high five. They're the first 2 to celebrate anything we do great. And I'll be turning around for the rest of my career, looking for them, waiting on them to come give me a high five, just ready to go, man. They excite me because they're so fired up about how when we do something great, man, they're so excited.
Okay, guys, tell me what your future holds. What are your plans going forward?
I plan on going to college, community college first, and then somewhere bigger after that. And I plan on the next 2 years at least coming back and helping this program as a coach.
Yeah, same. I think the team really wants me and Hayden to come back. I think I might help Coach Free with the JV team a little bit. I think that will help maybe have them somewhere and they might listen to. Maybe we'll start winning some games down there.
If you had a superpower, what would it be, and how would it help your baseball or football, whatever sport?
It's for our team.
Yeah.
I'm a super strength. Because you put me in the box, I'm a bunt, but it's going to go over the fence. Automatic home run. And then
that's a good
if you got super strength, you're pitching. You don't got to throw that hard, but it's going to go fast.
That's a
they
good
ain't going
one.
to touch it.
Well, I want to jump on that. You said strength didn't help Barry Bonds hit home runs, but you just said super strength would make a bunt go over
No,
the fence.
strength didn't
Super
help Barry
strength.
Bonds hit the ball.
Super strength. You bunt. If you got super strength, you just bunt that thing because you're that strong. It's a superpower. It ain't real.
Same question to you.
To help out the team. I don't know. Probably changing umpires' minds. Or no, not that. No. Listen. Me being able to argue with them and change their mind because they're delusional. They don't know what they're talking about. We've had some shady umpires. I'm going to rant real quick. We've had some shady umpires.
That's a little tough word.
Coach,
you don't respond.
Shady umpires the last couple of days, it's been bad. Like, it's not good. Like, they've got to pick up the pace.
Well, let me ask you
like,
about
it's
that.
so inconsistent.
We're going to keep Coach out of this because he can get fined.
Oh, that's fine.
This ain't him. This
This is
us.
me.
Okay. What constitutes a shady umpire?
Well, they're not there. They might be drinking or something behind the plate. I swear someone's been
That
drinking.
dude down in Kingsport had to be drinking. That he missed the call by that much.
So bad. No, and
That
the
was
dude
bad.
at Maryville was awful. It was so bad. So
It
bad.
isn't just like the ball and strikes calling.
No, it's just they're not. They don't know what they're doing. Like, it's really bad. Like, and I know it's hard to get umpires. You got to cut them a little slack, but it's just like they're delusional. And then you either got dudes that are drinking behind the plate, or you got the oldest dude in the
Now,
world.
how do you know? Okay, here we go. Okay, Coach. Actually, we've already discussed this.
save 'em,
I've
Coach.
got a question to ask you on the air. This is Coach Gaddis. He just walked in the door. You can come back here on camera here.
About the Yankees?
No, not about the
we're
Yankees.
not talking about the Yankees. This is only the Braves broadcast.
I want you to describe your first thoughts and describe these two guys.
They already said what you were going to say.
Do you say certain things to them?
can't get anything out of them.
Okay.
That's really not true, but I started saying it, and I just always say it. As you know, I say the same things over and over and over, and that's what I've always said. Is that what they said?
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they said. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. A little. That was word for word. Does he
Yeah,
say
we can't
that
get
to
him
you
doing
every day
anything.
at school?
Can't get him to
Every day we see him, he says it.
Can't get him to do anything.
Oh, that's funny. Coach, as we get approached, we still have a few minutes. I'll continue on my conversation with you a couple more times. As we approach, what was it like? Well, let me go back to the umpire thing. I thought of another question. Coach, you can stay out of this one. As a catcher, when the umpire's behind you, what kind of conversations are you having with them?
Well, it really depends. Sometimes they don't have conversations. Sometimes I do, and most of the time I'm not arguing balls and strikes. But I've had to before get on to them. I've had to get on to a couple of them, especially whenever we was in the JV game. They weren't giving our struggling pitcher. I had to get on to them because they think they own the place. Like I think there should be an agreement from both coaches. Like this happened when we were down there, and what's it called? Up in Kingsport. Both the coaches should agree that we can throw the umpire out of the game. It is terrible. They're inconsistent.
That was the worst.
It was bad.
You go back to it. Isn't
That
that
was
much?
the
And
worst.
you're 100
You're talking
feet
about the
away.
Richie play.
Yeah, and then it's bad.
No, to be fair to that guy, he gave you a couple calls at first base too. that I
He
thought
did.
could
That's
have gone
part of the
other way.
problem.
The calls at first base didn't change the game. That play changed the
It
game.
did. It did for sure.
And like those plays at first base were bang bang plays. That was not a bang bang play. You were 100 feet away where you were filming away, and it looks like that much.
It
So
was.
whenever we're 20 feet away, how close is it going to look? Not close at all.
So, Coach, have you ever considered talking to the other coach and saying, "Hey, let's make an agreement. If the umpire is terrible, we're going to throw him out." Has that conversation ever
do
taken
Never
place?
happened.
They got too much power. Too much power, just like the basketball refs.
No, you can get fined.
And basketball refs do get their feelings hurt.
That's my
There's a
problem.
difference in attacking an umpire and attacking a call because everybody's human. They miss, but that one might have been one of the worst I've ever seen. I mean, he was just in the wrong position.
That was one of the worst I've ever seen. Everything else is like bang bang. It's close. I mean, it is like they said. It is. It could go either way, but that one was that was a hard one. That was a hard one. But so be it. We learned to move on. I mean, one play never dictates anything, but that was a momentum killer for sure.
One question I was going to ask you earlier, and this will be I have two more questions for you. But in this, I should have asked you earlier in the show. But last night I was talking to Peyton, and he said something to me after the game like, the move I made to Oak Ridge was, I'm paraphrasing, one of the best moves I could possibly make. You got several guys that have joined your team in the last couple of years that have been great additions to the team. And what I've noticed about you guys and the rest of the team is you all embrace them.
Oh, yeah.
As if you've known them. And sometimes you've played with them, maybe in other leagues. But what's it like when you get a guy like that? And it's for you guys especially.
Well, first off, it's like you get a new kid in school. You don't really know him. With like all the kids we've gotten, Noah, Cam, Cy, and Peyton, it's been pretty easy. They've been pretty cool. They're just pretty cool kids, and they've seemed to fit the program pretty well. Just join in really well.
I'm going to ask you this question. I got two more, just because Coach Gaddis is here, because he hated this question. In a zombie apocalypse, who on your team would you want with you?
How many do we get?
Two.
Picking him.
Yeah, I gotta get him.
Everyone. Pick Caden Black.
Cade Black. Yep.
Why?
Known him the longest.
Known him the longest.
I've known him since when his mom was pregnant and my mom was pregnant. They used to sit our brothers' games together. He lived right down the street. I've known him forever.
Okay.
My dude, yep.
So
Same.
that's your answer.
That's my
My
dude.
dude.
Okay. Guys, any shout-outs you'd like to make before we
My
close out?
grandma's.
Grandma's.
Is she watching?
Oh, they're watching. They're watching.
Well, guys,
Gives me a text every day.
I appreciate you all coming on. Good luck the rest of the way, and I hope to see you at the state tournament. That's Lane and Hayden Malcody. Coach, we have Chandler. How much? We've got just a minute or so to go here. You're getting ready for your final week of the season. You got a big game against Pal on Monday. Talk about that.
So Obviously the matchup with Powell is always a big deal, as you said. As they were talking about, is I don't think they won 46 straight games in the district until we beat them last year for the first time. So it's kind of been a big deal. And then we didn't play very good early in the year. That was one of our first series of the year. We didn't play very good and went 10 innings with them and got beat 5-4. So we kind of owe, we need to showcase to them that we're built for the end and built for the postseason for sure. So we got to play our best, and that's why I challenge our guys. It doesn't matter who the opponent is right now. It's about us executing and playing the best that we possibly can, and I really feel like we are just now starting to play better baseball.
Coach, I appreciate it. Once again, go through the schedule of the upcoming games.
So we got Bearden at home tomorrow night, which is a huge matchup for us. That's going to be a regional opponent. Probably they're right there tied for second right now in their league. So it's a good matchup for us at our place. It's a great opportunity to, two really good baseball teams going against each other. Then Monday we play Powell at Powell. Then we go to the next regional tied for second team. We play Hardin Valley on Tuesday at Hardin Valley. Then we go East Hamilton for a series, and then we got Cofield at their place on Friday. And then we got West the last Monday of the year. So that's our last
And that'll be
7
senior
games.
night, I assume.
Then we're going to do senior night on the 25th on Thursday night. Yeah, I wanted to do that.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Guys, I appreciate you as well. This has been Covering the Bases, the Oak Ridge High School Baseball Show. We're going to be back hopefully next week. So long, everybody.
Get ready for the 19th annual Clinch River Spring Antique Festival, presented by Historic Downtown Clinton. Join us on May 3rd from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. and May 4th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Market and Main Street in Clinton. Experience 2 days of fun with antiques, artisans, live music, delicious food, exciting demonstrations, and much more. Rain or shine, it's a can't-miss event for the whole family. Visit historicdowntownclinton.org. The 19th annual Clinch River Spring Antique Festival. See you there.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.